So you ever have a data set like this where you need to categorize or classify into a category? This is a list of news articles that are either sports, finance, or political articles. Now, traditionally, you'd have to do something like label thousands of rows like this and create a machine learning algorithm to classify them. However, there are free local LLMs that can do this for you at a very reliable and accurate level. Now, with AI, you should always validate and check the results to be sure, but I labeled these myself, and today I'm going to show you how well one of the new Qwen LLMs classify these into their correct categories. So unless you have a computer that already has a GPU in it, and they are getting more expensive these days, you can actually just get a free one with Google Colab. No gimmicks, nothing like that. So before I bought a GPU, that's often what I did. And this is basically Google's take on Jupyter notebooks with Python. So even if you don't code at all, if you follow along closely, I think you'll be able to pull this off. It's really not that bad. In the era of ChatGPT, I'm not going to make this a coding tutorial, just show you what I did, and I'm going to cover some key things here. I'll share this with you in the video description so you can have everything that you see right here on the screen. But typically this is going to be a Jupyter style notebook, and we had this in sections so you can run it by section if you want, or you can just do it all at once. Now, first thing we need to do is set up our GPU. So if we simply just run this without calling the Tesla T4 GPU, it isn't going to work. It's going to use the CPU. It's going to be super slow. So let's go ahead and do this, and let's hit save. And let's run this, and I'll walk you through some things as it goes. Some of this is going to be sped up for you. I just need to, or it's going to take forever. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to install our Python modules, and it's nothing you probably haven't seen before. Making sure that we detect our GPU, all good there. Now, the first time you run it, you might get a message like this about permitting the notebook to access your Google Drive files. It's fine, just go ahead and accept that. And if you upload a data set, in your Google Drive and you want to import it in your script, you're going to need this anyway. So just go ahead and allow this. But our case, we're going to create a button to actually import our data set, but let's go ahead and do it this way. So our box is about to appear here. Boom. Okay, let's hit choose files. Let's import that CSV that I showed you here, and we should be good. Okay, these fields look familiar. Great. Now the next section is a quick check to make sure everything from our data set is as we remember. We have our counts of each category here. Perfect. Now here we're actually downloading and bringing in our LLM, this Qwen model. It might take a few minutes. I'm actually speeding this up, but assuming it's all downloaded, let's go ahead and move on to our next section. That's where it actually gets more exciting. So this is the prompt that we're giving the LLM, and it's a prompt that you'd give something like ChatGPT or Claude, but right here we're doing it programmatically. We're telling it to classify the article headlines by sports, politics, or finance. Now, if you don't get the results that you like, a lot of times you can tweak the prompt, and I recommend doing that before trying a new model. Okay, section 7 here is already done, and what it does, it just gives us a little bit of a preview. And we can see that for the headline that says, major bank announces expansion into digital payment services, it knows that we're talking about finance, and it correctly guessed, as you can see. So that's awesome. Now, section 8 is still running. This is the real deal because this is where it'll do it for our whole data set. It looks like it just got done as we scroll to it, and we can see that it's 96% accurate, which for a model without any fine-tuning is excellent. Now, that's pretty good. Oftentimes, prompt improvements can improve things like this too. Now, I always recommend a confusion matrix, like in section 10 here, because it'll tell you where the model may have gone wrong and got confused. It looks like it mixed up a finance and politics headline, but it got all these sports ones 100% correct. Now, we can check out where it went wrong in a minute, but by the time we get to section 12 here, it should automatically download and we can just check out the file. Okay, so here's the data set that it labeled, and you can see the one that it got wrong here. It was an international trade agreement. I still think that this was a political headline, but I could certainly see how finance would come up here. Maybe a stricter prompt could make this better next time. But what we did is called zero-shot classification. We didn't actually give it any training examples in the prompt. We just told it what to do. So maybe next time we could do a few-shot classification approach and give it some trickier examples like the trade agreement type headline or something like that, and good chance it'll do even better next time. Anyway, this is kind of quick, but that's kind of the point of my channel. But if you have questions, let me know in the comments and I'll answer it as quickly as I can. Hope you found this video helpful. I think I'm just going to end right here, but thanks so much for watching and I'll catch y'all later.